of people are talking about the law of attraction and how they want me to deliver information on that because it is a big spiritual topic that's out there. Louise Hay talks about it. She talks about self-love and that then gets attracted into your experience. So basically, she will talk about things like, parking a car in the parking lot and not saying affirmations to yourself. And she's all about changing your inner voice and your inner dialogue, and that's really good for people. That's one method out of many. Basically, affirmations are just about bringing love into your experience. So love encompasses all of the emotions, such as abundance. That is a loving emotion. It's an expansive vibration. It's not a constrictive vibration. So that's what she tries to do. That's one format out of many. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, but it's an excellent approach if you vibe with it. Go with what you vibe with. If you vibe with my videos, you vibe with my videos. If you don't like reading books and watching videos instead, we'll go with it. That's all I would say. But the law of attraction is all about like attracts like. Some people say opposites attract. Yes, they do. Because say I will tell you, like the third dimension is, for example, it's abuser victim consciousness. So that's where opposites attract. So you might attract an abusive partner if you're very, how would I say? I don't want to use the word submissive, but if you are, that's what you attract because, like if you're a doormat, you're going to attract someone that wants power, basically. So that's the way that dynamic works. That's where opposites attract, but it could also be viewed as like attracts like, because if you've got, if you're basically putting yourself out there to just be a doormat, someone will treat you as a doormat. So that is like attracting like, but it also looks like opposites attracting, but it's always actually like attracts like. So that's where you need to learn the lessons. It's probably not your soulmate relationship, or it could be. Some soulmate relationships are actually really difficult relationships. They're the hardest if you haven't learned the lessons yet. But if you have learned the lessons, they're actually the best relationships. So it can go both ways, and spirit will always bring you all of your relationships. Actually, they're with you at all times, and from what you think in your mind is what you attract through like thoughts, and that's your spirit guides working with you through those like thoughts from your own thoughts. So they actually guide you as you. It's like The Sims, basically, that game when you're a child. That's how you create, but it doesn't even need to be that complicated. It's just be deliberate about your creation, and that's the law of attraction working at its best. Deliberate creation to me is just being fluid. Deliberation to me is a very rigid term. I don't really even like that word. I would say be deliberate in your choices and then flow. That's the way I would operate. So if you want to be firm about going to Melbourne and renting a house, that's deliberation. But then take the rigidity out of it and be fluid. So go to Melbourne in a house, opt to walk outside to the store to buy a bike, and then when you're on your bike, just don't have too much of a plan and be fluid. That's your intuition working. I'd say move is the main thing. That's one thing I was told yesterday when I was in the car. If I had a life review, what would they say? Part of the thing was procrastination was a key element in my history. A move would have been a big thing that I would have seen, because a lot of that was wasted life from procrastination, because I didn't have the information platform back then to know any better. Look, it's ignorance, but ignorance is, there's a price for ignorance, and that's that you haven't learnt properly yet, basically. Which is no big deal. It's all about learning. We're all operating from our point of understanding that we have at the present time. So that's why Spirit are very non-judgmental and very compassionate. But we can always learn, and from that we know, and we can implement more wisdom, and that's what it's all about. So it was meant to be about the law of attraction, but I've actually veered off. But I think that gives you enough wisdom as a starting point anyway. And I suppose if you want a bit more on the law of attraction, we can talk more about the law of attraction, because, life... the law of Wombara also talks about that, how Earth Realm was about conscious awareness, and that's how we actually learn with other people. in particular, because everything is mirrored basically, and that is the law of attraction. It basically is a mirror, and that's how we reflect on that's how we learn. Because if we didn't have it reflected back to us, it would be very difficult for us to learn. I wouldn't be too serious about the law of attraction. If you get too serious, you actually attract seriousness, and then it doesn't work in your favor. I think the key is basically just to experience. That's where you get your learning, and putting yourself out into life experience is where you get your learning. And then just adopt that mentality and move forward. That's the healthiest thing you can do for yourself and for your mental health. So thank you very much. Thank you.